mac and cheese ice cream get you $300,000 every day? Wait, what? Yes, Van Leeuwen ice cream proves that by selling over 500 flavors, including bizarre ones like ranch, pizza, and mac and cheese. From 2008, Van Leeuwen started their journey to be a prominent name in the artisanal ice cream world, and they have come a long way. Speaking of the US ice cream industry in 2023, it had a whopping $11.4 billion impact on the US economy, according to International Dairy Foods Association, and it is continuing. So you can already imagine how tough it is to stand out in a market so huge and competitive. Wondering how Van Leeuwen managed to pull it off. And what's their story behind going from $60,000 of investment to earning $300,000 a day? That's what we will find out today, while enjoying some decadent honeycomb ice cream from Van Leeuwen. Among big-name American ice cream companies, like the coveted Ben & Jerry's or the cult classic Häagen-Dazs, how can artisanal ice cream brands survive? Well, if you ask us, we'd say, the secret lies in the fresh ingredients and distinctive flavor selections. Artisanal ice cream lovers tend to have a league of their own. For say, Jenny's Splendid Ice Creams, Creamalicious, Cool House Awesome Ice Cream, and Tipsy Scoop are some of the names of such brands. From this list, the Van Leeuwen ice cream came out of a den for its delicious taste and high-quality ingredients. Keeping that aside for a while, you know how obsessed Americans are about ice cream, right? For reference, every American consumes over 5 gallons of ice cream every year. The demand is so high that American ice cream makers produce over 870 million gallons to keep up with it. Moving back to where we were, Van Leeuwen ice cream started with a bang by selling 300 scoops on its very first day. Fast forward to present day, they serve over 40,000 customers nationwide on peak summer days. Can you imagine how widespread they've become? If you look back, it all began in 2008, when Ben Van Leeuwen noticed something fishy in the ice cream market. It was the lack of high-quality ingredients like Ecuadorian chocolate, Sicilian pistachios, and pure vanilla aged in barrels. So, Ben decided to take matters into his own hands. A year later, Ben, his brother Pete, and their friend Laura O'Neill launched an ice cream business from a repurposed post office truck. They wanted to sell their premium ice cream on the streets of New York City. What began as a small operation turned into a sensation that took the whole nation by storm. Now they have 50 scoop shops across the country and over 10,000 stores that sell their pints. The founder, Van Leeuwen, has churned out nearly 500 different flavors, including classics like honeycomb and wild blueberry shortcake. He didn't stop at that. He came up with more exciting options like Kraft Mac and Cheese or Hidden Valley Ranch. With just $60,000, the founders launched this multi-million-dollar ice cream empire. In 2020, they secured $18.7 million in funding. On a good day, they rake in a whopping $300,000 from their scoop shops alone. Their flagship location is in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Now let's talk about Ben Van Leeuwen. He grew up in Greenwich, Connecticut. He developed an early passion for business since childhood. His love for ice cream kicked off during his freshman year of college, when he snagged a summer job driving a Good Humor ice cream truck. He spent 2 summers cruising around, handing out scoops and saving up some cash along the way. After graduating college, Ben was unsure about what to do next. Then one day in New York City, he spotted a Mr. Softy truck and had this spark of inspiration to start his own ice cream business. The best part? He already knew the ins and outs of selling ice cream from a truck. Ben wanted to create artisanal ice cream using simple, high-quality ingredients. And just like that, Van Leeuwen ice cream launched its journey in 2008. Ben got his recipe inspiration from Thomas Keller's cookbook, Bouchon. He developed a rich crème anglaise-style vanilla ice cream. What made it different was the abundance of eggs, cream, and whole vanilla beans. Ben and his partners experimented with 35 different versions of chocolate ice cream alone. They also tested various single origin chocolates by adjusting fat content, sugar levels, and cocoa powder. And they kept doing it until they nailed the perfect recipes. Once the flavors were finalized, they needed $250,000 to officially launch Van Leeuwen ice cream. But there came a hurdle in his way. Only $60,000 wasn't enough. They needed to buy a step van and spend another $60K to convert it into an ice cream truck, plus cover costs for inventory and finding a factory. Unfortunately, they couldn't reach their $250K goal and only managed to scrape together about $60K. For the first couple of years, they had to outsource their ice cream because they couldn't afford their own machines. They eventually found a small factory upstate in New York and rolled up their sleeves to handle the production themselves, making sure everything was just right. Next, they bought their first truck for $2,500. Since they focused on their brand's aesthetic from day one, the trio also hired an illustrator to create a logo and botanical artwork for each flavor on the truck. Van Leeuwen's road to success got bumpy when finding the perfect location was tricky. They tried to sell in locations like Wall Street and Canal Street, but failed. Since they wanted to try more spots, they pulled up to Green & Prince in Soho. As soon as they opened the window, a line of 15 people appeared. To their surprise, Van Leeuwen originally started with 10 flavors, including classic favorites like chocolate and vanilla, along with unusual options like gianduja and ginger. Each scoop was priced at $3.95 then. On the first day, they sold over 300 scoops, which helped them earn $2,000. Now, how often do you hear about hitting giant deals on the first day of operation? Well, Van Leeuwen turned up the trumps. That same day, a representative from Whole Foods approached them and asked if they did wholesale. They agreed with on the spot, as their target was to generate revenue. Within 3 months, Van Leeuwen ice cream was on Whole Foods shelves. By the end of their first summer, they were running 3 trucks in New York City. By 2012, Van Leeuwen started manufacturing their own ice cream in Brooklyn. After 2 years, they hired their first part-time bookkeeper and office assistant. In 2017, they started seeing brighter days when they expanded to 10 scoop shops, including 3 in Los Angeles. The next year, the company secured $3.9 million of investment from Strand Equity Partners. This funding allowed them to open more shops, increase production, and expand their corporate team. By 2020, Van Leeuwen raised $18.7 million. This helped them with more wholesale production, scoop shops, and team growth. Over the past 15 years, the company has created nearly 500 flavors, including unexpected ones like mac and cheese and ranch dressing, like we already mentioned. Now, if you think these unusual flavors are just for fun, you're living under a rock. Because these out-of-the-world flavors have a unique branding purpose from a marketing perspective. Here, the idea is simple. Induce people with the unusual flavors, and they'll come back for classics like their honeycomb, lemon poppy seed muffin, black cherry chip, chocolate caramel cheesecake, or Earl Grey tea. Or even, their vegan ice cream will attract strict vegans who would otherwise avoid dairy-contained ice cream. Van Leeuwen's best-selling flavor is honeycomb, followed by brown sugar cookie dough chunk. A scoop now costs $6.90 at most locations, and the company keeps expanding its menu. Impressively, what they started small has grown into a team of over 1,000 employees, with 60 in corporate, 50 in manufacturing, and the rest working in the ice cream shops. Today, Van Leeuwen runs nearly 50 scoop shops across the US, and its pints can be found in around 10,000 grocery stores, including Whole Foods and Walmart. On a busy summer day, they can rake in $300,000 by serving over 40,000 guests in their shops and selling 50,000 pints through their wholesale channel. What's more interesting is Ben, Laura, and Pete are still involved in the daily operations. From their Greenpoint office, they taste test new flavors, review shop designs, and oversee day-to-day activities. By the end of 2023, they expected to open 18 new shops across the US, including their first international location in Singapore. In 2024, they're aiming to launch 25 to 30 more shops. To wrap up, Van Leeuwen Ice Cream has proven When consistency and quality is merged with determination to start from the ground up, great things will happen. No doubt, Van Leeuwen ice cream will keep growing with delectable ice cream if they maintain their quality and service. So, which newly founded company do you want us to cover next time? Do let us know. Until next time,